Today we're talking about everything going on in the world. The CEO Coldplay kiss. We're talking about the new Justin Bieber Lorde albums. Wimbledon, weirdly. The Zelda announcement. I don't even know if you know about that.
Yeah, obviously I do.
Okay.
Do you mean me or the people watching?
I don't know. I was like, even you. I didn't know if you knew about it. That's why I want to talk about it. We're going to talk about, tons of things. The Bad Bunny residency. I'm going to it. Too much on Netflix. You know.
Everything.
That
Except
matters.
Mostly just the
Kidding.
fun stuff. Oops, did I hit a button? Oops, yeah, I did.
I could have worked with what you said. What do you mean mostly? Just, you don't think any of those things are serious? You don't take Wimbledon seriously?
No. Oh, are we going to talk about the Toronto part of that?
Wait,
You don't even know the fallout of Wimbledon on Toronto. Okay,
No,
we'll get to it.
Okay,
There's some
whoa.
juicy stuff. And we're just going to have fun chit-chatting today. Where shall we begin?
Oh wait, Coldplay kiss. For everyone who does everyone know about this? Why is
Obviously,
it so?
everyone knows about this.
But what the hell? It's one of those things that you're like, it's literally like Yanni Laurel in the dress. Hashtag us. Like, should we have been like the science of the Coldplay kiss cam?
Like back in the day, we definitely would have done that.
Like, oh my God, I guess it was a viral moment for the internet. So how do you explain what happened? Coldplay has a concert where
We don't need to explain it. Everyone here has seen it.
No, there could be some gorgeous boomer in their car right now, off the
Okay.
internet, only reading Foucault.
Okay. Explain it in less than 10 seconds.
Okay, so Coldplay randomly does this kiss cam thing like they do at a baseball game where they go to couples and they kiss and they go to this one couple and he has his arm around her and he immediately freaks out and so does she. They hide their face. They're clearly having an affair. Different
Coldplay even
people-
says they're either shy or they're having an affair.
And then people around them are like embarrassed. And then they're like, turns out it's CEO of Astronomer, the biggest software. I went to the website. I was like, this is why we're doomed.
Scam.
It's literally like bringing AI stats to the businesses that need it. And you're like, how is this a business?
Yeah.
Anyways, he was the CEO.
She was the head of HR.
He was the CEO. She was a girl.
Of HR. Can I make it any more obvious?
He's married to some gorgeous woman, has 2 kids. They were fully having an affair. Another woman was there who obviously
Was like aware of it.
was aware of the
Yeah.
affair.
But the whole thing is like, have they just not had such a large reaction to like pushing off each other and then ducking down and hiding? It probably never would have become so viral.
So it wouldn't have become so viral, but someone might have been
Yeah,
like,
their families
"You're-"
probably would have ended up seeing it. Like they were screwed either way in terms of their interpersonal dynamics, I think.
I guess it's an amazing story because it's like the serendipity of being chosen out of one of tens of thousands at a Coldplay concert.
But if it's like a kiss cam kind of vibe, it's like, yeah, your arms are around them. You're on like a balcony front, so you're so clearly visible. You're not like in the midst of a crowd. It's
yeah,
just
they
like,
had the money to be.
and apparently Coldplay like announces ahead of time that they're doing it. They're like, so now we're gonna like go and see some, like, it's not like they didn't have time to be like, maybe now's not the time to be hugging and holding each other.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. It is one of those viral moments that, and we've talked about it, it's just like the extent to which is gone. I think sometimes the internet's just desperate for like something fun to play with, and this just happens to be it because it's like disproportionately memed and everywhere now. Now baseball games and other things are, have you seen these recreating it?
well, Coldplay did too, like
I
their
know.
second night.
But it's like even at baseball games, the cam will go and everyone's pretending and then like pushing the
Yeah,
partner away
yeah.
and hiding at all these different like stadium events. So it's become this huge thing. There's literally just like image memes, video memes.
Wait, we could have done the science of this because it's also interesting and funny because he's a CEO of this like bullshit like AI stat thing. It's like it's punching up.
Totally.
It's like he is like
Could've
this
just said, like-
white CEO. It's like it's fun to watch someone
should.
like that struggle.
We're going on vacation.
No,
too
we
soon.
shouldn't.
No, but like
Honestly-
the science of affairs, just put their face on it.
Yeah,
and just like
okay,
do a little
okay.
3-minute video where you're like, what are the stats around affairs?
True.
What are-
But I was also like completely like to be Gen Z. Okay, our
Sorry.
dog has like a cone.
Ernie's made an appearance,
Oh,
and if you watch the
no.
video, he's got a cone on his head right now, and that's what's happening on the camera. He had a little hot spot. Ern, you gotta go lay down.
Ernie,
bud.
lay down. You literally look insane. You're embarrassing
Over here,
us with your cone.
No, it's so sad. You know we have to put a cone on a dog. He's being so good with it, but he
No,
got,
but I like
got-
making fun of
been
him.
swimming a bunch, so he got a hot spot. So we just can't let him scratch it or anything like that. And he's on meds. Don't worry, he's gonna be perfectly healthy.
I love.
soon.
I'm like, you're freaking out. I'm like, no one's judging him. It's okay to have a cone, right?
He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
good point.
No, what I was saying, it was also extremely embarrassing to see how influencers like panic when these moments happen. Essentially us, like for the Annie Laura, like being like, oh, the body language expert and like all this shit. Like my TikTok, I was like, these people must be
Totally. There's definitely like
insane.
lawyers who are like, we're going to talk through the legal status of this.
Literally,
There's
people being
like
like,
CEOs
you
being
don't even
like,
the issue here is actually the woman beside who was complacent, and it was just like, okay, this is insane,
Yes.
and it is a sad like end of times moment when that little thing can be this like. People
everyone's
are so desperate for
always trying to
monoculture.
capitalize on. Yeah, and we have been part of that, obviously, but we are so exhausted of life that we just like don't do it anymore. But we should. Not that we should.
No, we should. Ugh,
But like
no.
okay, I know ours is not just like so noble because we only want to help people or anything like that. But
It's
at least
not.
our angle has always been like, how do you tie this to some interesting science or psychology?
That's
and teach
definitely what the
people?
body language experts
Yeah,
doing.
that's true. They're like, this is interesting to learn about. So then, is it that big a problem? But I understand why it is cringe.
And also, you're right. It's why I probably shouldn't even be an influencer or have a podcast. Like when things like that happen, my instinct is to run away. And not
ultimately,
partake.
like we're not. We like are really bad at our job these days. Because totally, there's like even things like that are so sciencey that I'm just like, it's like we're living inside a black hole was the more recent one that went so viral. You've seen this?
I know, and it's like
And
it
it's
is
like,
true.
We should have
I
done
know.
something on that, and I'm like, well. We didn't.
And I'm reading about it and I'm fascinated and I'm like, wow, I wish someone would explain this to me with a whiteboard.
Oh
I
wait, we
don't.
should have pitched that too. Like we're living in a place. Like even in this episode was one of the biggest headlines of the last month.
Yeah.
And we're just like, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, but we're going to learn about it and
then for some reason do nothing about it.
well,
No, you know what? I'm going to do something about that.
okay.
Not like we're like not right now. But I am
I'm
like,
going to make an affair video that comes out
no,
like
let's
August
get them
9th.
on the pod. It's like we could surely get a researcher from them to come chat with us. They're probably so cool. I'm going to reach out.
Wait, what are you talking? Oh, the
There
black
was a
hole. I
research
thought you
paper,
were
yeah.
talking about the affair people. I'm
No.
like, they're not coming on the pod.
Imagine we could get the head retired or shamefully.
No, that's the thing.
resigned CEO.
Everyone's like now, but they're like, well, obviously affairs are bad, but should he have been fired? Like, there's so because he got fired.
Yeah.
There's like it's like endless takes about just like honestly, it's like he got fired. They're embarrassed. They probably have
Yeah.
to deal with their families and the repercussions of the fact that they're like in like huge meme, and then everything will be fine, and we're all gonna remember the
Yeah.
Coldplay case. Coldplay must be happy, honestly.
I like, yeah, for
Free
sure. It's been like
advertising.
amazing, not like PR, but yeah, just marketing that everyone now knows there's a Coldplay tour going on.
And I think they weren't in Toronto when this happened, but they just were in Toronto for like 6 nights, and they also made tons of headlines here because they were at that new Rogers Stadium, which was
Yeah.
built in like a
And they
week,
were
and
like,
it's so sketchy.
"What
And they're
is
like, "Where the hell are we?" Like, Coldplay is like, as a huge Coldplay fan, like kind of awesome still.
Well, it is pretty incredible. Like, it's cool to be a legacy artist that even if like your new music isn't as like they obviously were such a cultural phenomenon.
But the
so no
interesting-
matter what, for their whole life, they can be like, that's cool. That
Oh.
they can still sell out stadiums.
They
and stuff.
sell out
It's cool.
stadiums.
I think
They are
got good music. I think
they
they're
are
great.
international. Like they're Beyonce. It's so weird because
like how famous
they were
are.
just like when I used to love Coldplay, it was just like 4 white guys, like guitar, like piano, like so basic, and then they have managed to conglomerate more and more fans, and like I stopped listening to them probably in like grade 12, but they kept going, and now there's like those songs that are like and like people are like obsessed with their newer
Oh, really?
like
That's nice. That's amazing.
no, I know. I'm like, I think that they aren't irrelevant from their new music.
Yeah,
just like
I didn't
we
mean
haven't.
that. Yeah, I more meant like obviously they were like so famous with their current music at one time. Like I just mean like there are lots of like even Gaga, for example. Like I loved her new album, but it's like she's so famous from a specific era where she was so avant-garde and new. There was a time when Coldplay was so new and like creating sounds that people loved so much, and then it's cool that can allow them to like do this forever.
Yeah, like I thought they were Radiohead, but they weren't. They were more
fair, but you don't have to be. Yeah.
Because there's a sky full of stars. I'm like, there's a sky full of stars. Like, we know. Anyways.
Wait, you loved them.
I loved them. That's why I hold them to high standards. I'm like, why is he dressed like that? His like weird patchwork. Like, there's so many things about them that I'm just like, what happened? And anyways, that's a different discussion. But
And that's nothing to do with their music, the way he dresses.
okay, speaking of music, we're going to talk about Justin Bieber and the Lorde album.
Okay, the Justin Bieber album I have not listened to other than like through you playing it. And sometimes I am like, sounds good.
It is good.
because it's very my aesthetic of like I love a like 80s 90s throwback.
I know, and it's like,
synth.
is he experimental? Question mark. It's like it's more Radiohead than Coldplay.
Is you really think so? Oh
yeah.
then Coldplay,
I
okay.
mean, there's horrible talking parts where
The
he
bar
gets,
is low.
like, the bar. What?
To be more Radiohead than Coldplay,
Yeah.
I'm saying the bar is low.
What's that mean? Radiohead the bar so high. I'm actually
No,
lost.
Coldplay.
Wait, you just said I can't be mean about Coldplay. And
No,
then you just
but-
said something so mean about Coldplay.
I didn't say you can't be mean about Coldplay. I said their clothes has nothing to do with the music they made in the past. But I'm just saying they obviously are not Radiohead.
Okay, yeah, I know, but there was a time when
You
I
thought
thought
they could
Coldplay
have been.
could have been.
Yeah.
Yellow, The
Yeah.
Scientist, shit was beautiful. Anyways, yeah, Justin Bieber, I'm a believer from day dot. Saw Never Say Never the movie in theaters twice, cried both times. Been to his like I am a true believer, and one of my favorite Justin Bieber albums is called Journals, which he was not like allowed to release on his label. It was like sort of like his own, like it had to be called like an EP.
Okay.
Okay, there's a really funny video. It is like so funny, and like it is like he's from Stratford and white, so these conversations are so nuanced, but like literally he's like 10 or like whatever the fuck 12, and they're like, what kind of music do you want to make? He's like, honestly, I just want to make R&B. And he's like, it's like actually kind of like cute. You're like, weird, like some 12-year-old from Stratford is like
yeah.
Ontario is like obsessed with R&B.
Yeah.
So anyways, Journals is a full R&B album, and it feels like this album is like the most similar to Journals in the sense that I think he just did what he wanted to do.
Like it's probably more his personal aesthetic, sound aesthetic.
Which is quite black, and he does have these like skits with Drewski like on them where the guy's like, man, you're so black, like your music, like this is crazy, man, considering you're a white guy. Like it's like, why are you including these sort of sound bites? Like it's the worst part of the album. It's almost like he's needing like a cosign in a really like kind of, I'll say the word, like cringe way that's kind of fascinating. It's like, okay, this is an insane thing to allow on an album, but the music is like very good, and it's produced by Mick G,
Oh, I love
which
that
you
guy.
like.
Yeah.
You can tell it's like very, it's good.
Yeah.
It's honestly good.
Okay, I'll give it a proper listen. Because everything I've heard, yeah, to me, like the songs you've played don't necessarily sound like R&B, but maybe they're a clash or like a mix. Because what's appealing to me is like the very synth throwback of the 80s.
Which is the Mick G thing.
Yeah, and Mick G has an element of that for sure. Yeah, he is that. But it sounds at least distinct from him. Like I wouldn't know immediately that he helped produce the album.
Oh, interesting.
Which is good.
Yeah, that
like
is
that's
good.
the whole point of like, because I have seen like as Mick G, and I think that's how you just
Yeah, I'm
pronounce
like
his name, right?
MKG.
I don't know. We're not that.
We're millennials.
But anyway, I saw people say like there were interesting discussions around him because he kind of blew up, and then I just saw someone online once being like, if your music sounds like him right now, you're doing it wrong. Like the reason he's become so famous and popular is because he just like has a sound that he's made, and of course when that happens, so many kind of copycats. Everyone gets inspired and wants to make music like that. So it's cool.
Wait, what do you mean? So explain.
I think it's
it a
very
bit
common
more.
in music or art. Like if a
they're-
comedian becomes really popular or a painter or so like any art field, when someone skyrockets to a level of fame, suddenly a lot of people start making music like that. Like he has a
Yes.
really distinct sound aesthetic.
You mean so then they're copying him, so you're behind?
Yeah, and it was just someone on the internet like giving like, it was a TikTok video obviously, but they were talking about like, if you are an independent musician and your music sounds like him right now, like stop. It's like you need to find your own sound. And I think that was just, I liked to hear that because I wasn't really inspired by his album and I'm still trying to figure out my own aesthetic.
Okay,
and it's
no,
easy
it's
to lean into someone
interesting,
else's.
Like, as someone who's now in school for visual art, the whole thing that like you are forced to do, which is like not fun and most people wouldn't do on their own if they're not so passionate, is like read and like justify your art with like a 50-page paper where you've done like insane amounts of depth of research to the point that's almost like this is absurd. So like MKG, like I've read a lot about him, and he was that. He did a bunch of research and he has a thesis to his music
Around his
which I
music.
think for you as a musician, it's like you, in order to maybe be on the precipice of something, someone like Rosalia Bjork, you have to actually put in the effort of the things that people don't think are worthwhile, like
That's
reading.
fair, yeah.
And so his whole perspective apparently is like about teasing hooks and edging, the concept of edging in music. And I was like, so he like purposefully has created like pop music, but he's like trying to like never satisfy people with the conventional thing, and he used that as a thesis for his album. Like,
cool.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's probably so many people copying him because they just haven't thought deeply about what they're trying to do.
They may not realize that's what he's doing, and they're just copying a sound.
And I do honestly think that Justin Bieber, like as a believer, has like, I think, an insane talent. Like honestly, like Michael Jackson, like 1 in a million talent. And I just think he's not necessarily like as intellectually like deep as someone like Mick G. But like, but Mick G doesn't have what Justin Bieber has, which is like the voice of a generation. Like he really has an incredible point of view, like with his vocals.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Like I really am like, he is, and he's.
I think about that a lot when it's like some artists are more, well, I don't want to like clarify that some people are different kinds of artists, but like some people are more performers than they are like trying to express a deep truth. Like think, exactly. But not that one is better than the other. Cause I was thinking about like even people I know or friends that I have that are like amazing performers, but they're not really interested. Like, I don't think I'm an amazing performer, but I would, and not that I think I'm amazing at anything, but I would rather write music that feels like it's trying to say something more for me.
Totally. I'm like on YouTube right now, like learning different like glazing techniques from like painters, like just like bro painters who are incredible at the technical skills of painting. And then I see what they're painting and it's like, it looks like an AI image of a girl with tits. It's crazy. It's like, they're like, and then you make this glaze and you glaze this photo and it's like a hot girl like looking boobs to the left. And I'm like, and they've clearly spent like, I know how long and
like how hard they've worked. Like,
they've never thought, what should I paint? Right. Or obviously they have thought and quickly we're like, hot girl.
Yeah, but then whatever. Yeah, it's cool that some people
they're
are
so
obsessed with technical skills. Same with whether it's like video editing or music producing. Like some people are more interested in the technical aspect than they are in the like, I don't want to like separate it as artistic, but I think you know what I mean when I'm saying
it's like intellectual
expression.
I think it's like
but it doesn't
cerebral.
have to be. It doesn't have to be that. Like sometimes it can be feeling. Like, do you consider that intellectual?
I think a lot of people who get to those places have thought about it a lot from an intellectual perspective. Whereas I do think Justin Bieber, like, I feel bad. It's like he's obviously had an insane life. Like, I just think that like intellectually he's going to be absolutely like fucked.
Of course, yeah. Like, he'll be forever a child. Like I think even Lady Gaga or someone had said like when you become famous, you stop maturing.
That's like a notion. I think a popular notion.
Oh, she didn't say that.
No, I think it's like very like.
But it makes sense. Like once you're skyrocketed into fame, it's like it's difficult to like have normal life experiences. Of course, you still grow as a person, but like that's obviously why I think your trajectory. Like he may forever be stuck as like a young.
I think
teen.
Justin Bieber's so fucking cool because I'm like this album is really good considering. Like I'm just like he could be trying desperately to get a number one, but like one of the interesting songs is called like Yukon, and it's just like. His whole voice the whole time is pitched up. So it's like, actually, honestly, I was listening to it. And I'm like, okay, he wants to be Frank Ocean. Like, I also think like there is like an avant-garde LA scene, like Frank Ocean, Tyler, the Creator, that I'm sure he hangs out with. Yeah. And is like, I get why he's being influenced to want to maybe be like them.
Yeah.
But like he is Justin Bieber. Like he's probably gets a lot of pressure to like make a full pop album.
Yeah, there's probably a ton of pressure behind him from labels and stuff that are like, we need you to make money or we aren't going to support your project.
Yeah.
So you need to make something accessible enough that can then be a tour you can go on and make a bunch of money. And if not, the plug gets pulled.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
like
it's a great album.
Then X amount of people lose their job. Like it will be hard to be a big artist and find the balance. I think that's why it's hard for like people who are like true soul artists to become super famous like that because it's not always marketable.
Yeah. Anyways, it's great. The first song sounds like Michael Jackson Free Willy song. There's a song about like oral sex called Sweet Spot that is immediately on my sex playlist. Anyways, great. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Lorde album.
Let's do it quick.
I love.
Yeah, it's great.
Why do we have to do the female ones quick and the male ones long?
Because women are... Oh, no, I'm kidding. No, I just meant like, well, or could we jump around to a different topic so people who are listening aren't just like, I don't like care about this music stuff. And
whoa. You think people don't care about Lorde? Okay, we'll come back to Lorde.
Justin Bieber.
Now you want to talk about Zelda? And the new Donkey Kong game? Okay, let's go for the nerds.
I think everyone cares more about that.
Okay, so...
No, I actually don't.
The Zelda announcement is just they announced the cast and it was like...
2 of them.
But no one famous.
Which is a really good thing, I think.
Oh, okay.
Although I was keen to have
Hunter Schafer.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Hunter Schafer was in like the rumored running for Zelda as the character.
Because she
Zelda.
looks like Zelda.
Yeah, like when you see imagery of her, like as even people were like mocking up images and stuff. But I think it's always a better sign that like a big budget thing doesn't have huge actors in it for some reason. Like to me that, I don't know, like especially like a fantasy movie. Like it makes sense that the Mario movie was just like fun and they're just like hiring famous voice actors.
Animated.
No, but it's like what's his name? Chris Pratt was like the voice of Mario.
Oh, sorry, but they're going to be live action.
Yeah, this is
right?
live action, but I just mean like I think if you want something to be taken more seriously, of course you can still get a good actor, but it's like these characters for people who love the games are so distinct, and if you insert someone they already know into it, I think you risk something else.
That
happening.
poor like child, I looked him up, who has to be Link. He's probably so scared.
Yeah, it's
he was in a
it can be
Canadian
hard. I hope
show.
they have like, you know, therapists and psychologists around them, because to go from like no matter what, even if it's a flop, they're going to have to be so famous for a little bit. Like the fandom around these kinds of things is so extreme
that if it's a flop, they're gonna like be so pissed.
and already people are pissed. Like
wait, what? Why?
No, just everyone has their opinions. Like I'm like, oh cool, these young kids seem like great, but then already there's so much discourse around like, do they even look enough like the characters? Like, are they even good enough actors? No matter what's true or not, they're gonna have to face a lot of opinions.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of when what's his name played Anakin Skywalker as a kid, the little one, not Hayden Christensen, and he got so much backlash, but he was like an 11-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, where is that guy?
I think he quit acting because of
okay,
it.
yeah.
I think he's fine now. I think
Even Hayden Christensen seems to have like quit acting.
Yeah, because I think the pressure to live up to the idea of what the characters should be was so much, and the fandom around Star Wars, the fandom around Zelda is like crazy.
The Harry Potter kids did good. You have to be British. You have to like. I feel like
Yeah, but
Americans are like so psychotic and like ruin people's lives. There's something about British sentimentality that's a bit more like, oh yeah, it's like they think of acting as like a day job.
Yeah, and Harry Potter wasn't around as long once the movies had already come. Like it was not that.
Mitch.
It was not that big of a gap.
No,
when did Harry Potter first come out?
Insane.
No, I know it was insane, but when did Harry Potter the books come out versus the movies? Probably within a decade.
Yeah, I just think, but it still is the same type of pressure as Star Wars.
I'm not saying
or
it's
Zelda.
not pressure. I'm saying it's just think of the gap. Like when the first Star Wars came out, it was like the 70s, and then 30 years later, people had grown up their whole lives creating fandoms around this thing that then they took like whatever decades of break and came back with.
Also,
a new
those
one.
movies were
Zelda
bad,
the same
right?
way.
The Star Wars ones, people were mad.
Yeah,
at.
it was frustrating for people because they thought it was bad. I was young enough to like love them because I was a child and they were made for kids, and I think people who were adults were then mad. What I mean is like Harry Potter was soon enough after that I don't think it was like, of course there was still so much pressure to be those characters, but I think because it was always a kid's book and a kid's series and people saw it as that, like people who love Star Wars and people who love Zelda are adults and they want adult content now. So it's like,
yeah, but I still think that I'm quite impressed with those 3 Harry Potter kids.
Yeah, no,
like,
they
honestly,
did
it's like
amazing.
They were,
and there probably
like,
was
there's a lot of
yeah.
reasons why they should be absolutely obliterated psychologically, and like they might be, but at least from viewing them in the public, they seem like
super well adjusted considering.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I think there is something about Britain that's a bit more like.
Sure. I mean,
I thought British tabloids are like horrible.
They are, and didn't Daniel Radcliffe become like an alcoholic and by his own admission and went through like so many dark times?
Did he?
Yeah, I think he's like sober now. And
he
like,
seems so like.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it might have been behind the scenes. I'm sure they suffered a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
From that. And they probably still do suffer like hardships trying to like get work because they're so iconic as those roles.
Yeah, I just more mean like
but they've done
Amanda
great.
Bynes or like whatever,
yeah.
like these American stories that you're like,
That's
no one
true.
seemed to be looking out for them. Okay, new Donkey Kong game. If you want to stay in your nerd section,
Sure, I'll just touch on it quick. I've only played about an hour of it. People are loving it. No, I probably played like 2 or 3 hours. And it's like getting 10 out of 10 reviews, 9.9, and like I like it so far. And every day I see a thread on Reddit that's just like, this is the best game I've played in so long. I'm not like totally sold on it yet, but I am enjoying it. But I think like as you go through more and more levels, it gets like more and more interesting. And like
what is it? What is it? What
it's
do you do?
literally just like you're Donkey Kong and you're just like smashing rocks, collecting coins the whole time.
But isn't that what it's always been?
I've never been into Donkey Kong, and the reason I got it is because people were giving it so much acclaim.
Is it 3D?
Yeah, and it's...
Or wait, 2D?
It's
wait,
the team
what?
that designed Super Mario Galaxy.
The one where you
which
throw
was,
your hat or whatever?
No, that was Mario
No.
Sunshine. I think. No, what was that? Mario...
That was Galaxy, because that's the only one I played. You throw your hat, you like run around the circle. Yeah, you go on
Were
planets.
you in space? Okay,
Yeah.
but there was another one where the hat was more of a character that came later. Where the hat had eyes, but in the original ones, it did not.
I'm pretty sure I only played Galaxy. And he throws his hat and like collects it.
Maybe Galaxy too. I don't remember. But those games were like so
It was cool.
creative. The way
Yeah.
like no game had ever really like, worked with that kind of like gravity and those. So I think this game has a similar thing as you advance. It's like the game dynamics are just like super creative. And yeah, no, it's fun. Definitely like I'm going to keep playing it and it's going to be my summer game and I'm excited. It's nice to, because the Switch 2 launched with like not that many titles. But I think this is their strategy to like every couple months have.
Oh
like,
yeah,
a
it was
new
Mario Kart.
Which of course
was
is gonna
fun,
sell.
but then you're like, but there's only so much you can do.
Well, if you play online and stuff, people are like addicted to it for sure. I just like it's
Wait,
not to
because
me a
why
solo
online?
person
What makes it addictive online?
because you're like there's different modes and you're playing against people on the internet competing.
Yeah, true, and they're probably so good.
But I've always been like I'm looking for a good single player game. I love a multiplayer couch co-op game, which Mario Kart is. But then you're
couch co-op game. Is that like a saying?
yeah.
Wow.
Because nowadays there's
so
co-op
out of
games
it.
that are only co-op on the internet.
Got
Like
it.
like Fortnite. We can't play
Do you guys
together.
want to go play a couch co-op game?
I love couch co-op. To me, is like what I grew up with. It's
That's
like,
the only thing I've ever played.
yeah. That's because we only grew up before the internet.
No,
We
because I don't play
only
video
grew up
games.
before the internet.
Like I also like the idea of sitting down and like pressing play on a video system. I've never done in my life.
Like without me, you mean?
Yeah, and like I've only couch co-opted.
Yeah, and it's so fun.
It is
I'd
so
love
fun.
to have friends over playing video games. Obviously, I enjoy online video games with friends, but it's not the same to me as all being in the same room playing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can move on from video games. What?
So can we talk about Lorde? Or
Okay,
am
let's
I
talk
allowed
about
to talk about
Lorde.
Lorde?
No,
I'm
I
obsessed.
love Lorde. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I love the album.
But like, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like people are so rude to her.
Why?
Because I feel like people don't love the album. Like, I'm just like, I sometimes I'm like, how can you not love? Like, it's like,
Love Lorde.
no, it's like, I hate when I don't understand what everyone loves. And then it's even worse when you love something and maybe not everyone loves it the way you do. That feels worse than like being out of something. Like, I felt out of the Taylor Swift lore.
Yeah.
I still do. But now
then
I'm like,
maybe it's just like, that's cool that it's special to you.
yeah. But then
Instead
I'm like,
to everyone.
it does sound like her old music, but like she did create that sound.
Yeah.
So then sometimes I'm like kind of talking about that thing earlier. It's like,
I think it's a great album. I think
Yeah.
people are celebrating it.
Okay,
maybe not as
maybe-
like I don't know. I don't like read like number of streams or that, but I do think compared to Solar Power, which I know you loved as well, and
Justice for Solar Power.
Yeah, I'm not like criticizing that, but obviously
Yeah,
at
that
the
was, like-
time, people were like,
Yeah.
"This is bad," or like were criticizing it, and she openly talked about it, and like she was having a hard time like selling tickets to her tours and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think they were like much
or they were in
smaller.
smaller places, which I do think she's meant to be in. Like,
Yeah.
I saw the Solar Power tour,
It's
and
probably
it was
way more
amazing.
enjoyable. Yeah. But I don't think that's the discourse this time. Yes, it may
Yeah.
not be like the biggest album of the summer, but I think people love it who love it.
Yeah, and it's like 37 minutes. I love that. I'm like, go off.
yeah, and I do think it's a really solid, fun album that I'm still listening to, and that's pretty rare for me.
Actually, the Justin Bieber album too has like 28 songs, but it's only 50.
28?
But it's 54 minutes, and I kind of was
Oh.
like, what? And it's because there's all those like weird interludes where he's
Oh, those
talking.
count as songs.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's amazing. I like kind of love every song except the singles, which is cool.
Oh yeah, same. I actually skipped the first couple.
And I
of
kind of
songs.
was like, do you need like help? Like figuring out singles?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
think maybe they
that-
were just the most structurally simple and easy to market. Like the songs I like the most, I kind of understand why they're not her lead singles.
But like Shapeshifter and Broken
Yeah.
Glass, I'm like, bop,
Like, they
bop.
could
Like,
have
why
easily
not?
been,
Just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but then that's what makes me curious. I'm like, is that intentional? She is
Yeah.
so like,
Maybe.
she's a thinker. That maybe
You have to
she's-
think about like obviously what was the one that she's like Dancing.
Green
the
Light?
Man of the Year, that one.
Yeah, that one's weird.
But there's a narrative behind it. Like I think like from a marketing perspective, they think about what is the story people talk about when this song comes out. Like how do we like create buzz? And so I sometimes think like maybe they're thinking maybe those other songs didn't have the same strength of a narrative that they could sell in terms of like papers and social media talking about it. I don't know if this is true, but obviously Man of the Year is like not my favorite song on the album, but it's a big conversation around
that's
her
a
gender
bad
identity.
idea, though. That's like that is when I'm
just
like,
think that's how-
eliminate that and like just try and figure out what.
But there's no way to know objectively what the best song is or the song people love the most until the album's out.
But now everyone does need like meta narratives. Like everyone's like, oh, Sabrina Carpenter's about.
Like I'm gonna
What's
go to
the
her album
actor?
right now, and I'm curious if it on phone. It doesn't show the.
No, you have to go
stream
to the
numbers.
artist, and then it'll just tell.
No, but on computer it shows the stream numbers underneath.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and I'm
but go
like,
to artist and see if any from this are on it. Probably not.
Okay.
Like hit Lorde.
Okay, how do I do this there? Okay, so what was that?
How many?
It's 98 million. That's like so much.
What about Ribs?
Ribs has 854 million.
Incredible.
But that's
song.
been out for so long. Yeah, I don't think she has anything to be like Royals has 1.4 billion.
I mean, I always forget that Royals is like the thing she has to deal with every day. Like that
just
she
Spotify.
made like one of the biggest songs like ever. It's probably
Yeah.
so stressful, and
Yeah,
it's also
totally.
like a weird song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's incredible. I'm so excited. I don't have tickets to her concert, but I'm gonna hopefully StubHub them. It's impossible to get concert tickets now. It's insane. I'm obsessed. I'm always on at the exact minute. It's like what, robots are beating me?
Literally, yes.
That's one thing I want someone to figure out. Ticketmaster, whatever the fuck. Just like it pisses me off.
Yeah. I watched some YouTube video that was explaining how they took over the entire concert industry, and it's like
Is it evil as fuck?
basically.
Yeah.
And now they
Good
basically
God.
threaten artists. It's like, well, if you're not going to sell exclusively with us, then we will never work with you ever again.
That's so
And that's how
fucked.
they like basically destroyed all the other like ticketing companies. And it's like they have this huge strategy to like now they have all these different companies in merch, in concerts, in album sales and whatever. And it's like this massive strategy to take over the entire industry.
Also, it's like they are the
Scary.
Catholic Church, because I do believe that concerts are a version of the sublime. Hashtag I'm in art school. And they are the church. No, there's like actually like a lot of theoretical artistic
that
like
concerts
research
are-
about this. And I was like, that's so interesting that concerts are the new place that humans go to feel the sublimation of a church.
Okay.
And I was like, that is actually true.
Yeah, music
Like,
I think does transcend.
and when
a
you
lot.
look in the audience of someone watching Beyonce, it's like that would be a like ecstatic moment of like a Catholic church could kill for that moment. You know what I mean? Like that feeling that like,
Yeah.
and it's like we're in a non-religious era.
Yeah.
That is, you seem completely uninterested or
No.
like
No, I'm not.
no, the way you're saying, yeah, I'm like, am I saying it like, do you
No,
not
you're
believe
totally
me?
right.
No, because I'm not actually, this is all like random art research. And I'm like, is this
I believe
real?
that, yeah.
Okay. I was just like,
I wasn't
am I just like making
uninterested.
this
I was
up?
just like kind of spacing out to imagine it.
Because like it also could not
I
be. It could just be like
am
people
claustrophobic
drunk.
and don't like concerts. But I understand that. I do agree with that. And thinking of people, the imagery of people like crying at concerts and screaming at concerts and like, yeah, I think that for sure music can do that.
Yeah,
too.
like I think it's like a worthwhile thing that like it is like Ticketmaster's evil, because that is like a very joyful
I don't know if
thing.
it,
that
I'm not
people-
calling them evil, but obviously as like a corporation.
No, I
all
mean
they
like
care
it'd
about
be
is-
so great if that was like less owned by one, like literally the Catholic Church. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if there was a bunch
literally,
of different
but-
no, but like there's one powerful sect that is like has all the power. It's like a similar
Yeah.
way of looking at it. It's like a company
Yeah.
that has taken over all of it. Like it would be obviously someone like Lorde's probably like, I wish I could do it in a different way, but like
Yeah.
can't. It's kind of insane. And and obviously like, yeah. Okay, should we do Wimbledon?
Sure.
So
We love sports, by the way.
we watched. No, it's just like literally what.
As people know how sporty we are, we do not even have the Drag Race finale in this list, which you probably don't even know anything about, but I
No.
do. I can talk about it after.
Honestly,
Very
it's like I
controversial.
love tennis. I love playing tennis. So sometimes watching tennis is really fun. And there's just like two hot young guys that are like really rivaled, and they're really fun to watch. And they're literally hot, I guess. But like, don't bring up their ages. One's 22. And I found that out. I was absolutely shocked. And it was just like fun to watch, and people.
It's fun when there's kind of like a new rivalry, because I feel like for so many years it's been like Federer and Nadal, and like that's still amazing. They're like incredible legacy players that will forever be famous. But it's cool when it's like also, I think, what are their names again?
Alcaraz and Sinner.
So Alcaraz is the Italian, right?
No, he's
that's
the Spanish guy.
and Sinner is
the
Italian.
Italian who looks so not Italian.
But his story is interesting because it's like he actually wasn't that good and kind of all of a sudden has come out of nowhere. Like he worked so hard. They were like when he was young, he was not standing out at all as like a good tennis player.
I love that. I didn't know that.
That's at least like the little package I saw.
Also, he like tennis is so interesting. Like when you watch like other sports, there's like a certain build. Like there's like the Sinners guy like looks completely normal.
Yeah.
Like it's just so interesting. Like you watch him and you're like, his
like,
arms,
a little
like,
lanky
don't his
boy.
arms have to be bigger? Because like it just assumes. And like the other one's like jacked, like Alcaraz, and he has like
booty for days.
And when he hits the ball, it's like, it honestly scares me. It's like it goes, whereas the other guy is like kind of like very like beautiful way of playing. But it is just interesting. Like, and I'm like, I know what it feels like to play half an hour of tennis, and I'm exhausted. Like, these people are doing it for hours on end, and they just
from the speed of it,
so exhausting and confusing to me as a sport. Like, and the way they slide and stuff, I'm like, their knees should explode.
Well, if you ever watched, what was that movie called?
Oh yeah. Movie? Oh my God. Damages? No. What was it called? That's bad.
I can't remember.
Wimbledon.
No. What was it called? I used to listen to the
people are
soundtrack all the time.
Challengers.
Thank you. Their knees do pop.
I know, and I just think I see it all the time when they're like bending their knee for it. I'm like, wouldn't you just maybe be like, maybe I won't potentially pop my knee for that point?
Yeah, but you're like, don't they get like millions of dollars if they win?
I know. I just think like just the way that they do it, I'm like, that's so close to knee popping, or I don't understand how their bodies work. Yeah. But they're really fun to watch. And what were you going to say? There was like Wimbledon, Toronto tea.
The drama, the tea. So there's a Toronto
Rogers Cup.
Yeah. All of them have dropped out of it.
Why?
All the top 4 have dropped out. Because I think they're like...
No, because they want to do U.S. Open.
Yeah. They're rather...
That always happens.
I know, but all these people in Toronto have bought tickets. Like apparently spent so much money, and people are like flying into like the Toronto version of Wimbledon.
No, this does happen
and,
a lot.
None of the main players are coming because they're like, this is their rest period to like get ready for the
U.S. Open. I know, it is true.
But I keep seeing people being like, I spent so much money on tickets and now none of them are coming. Like, what's the point?
I went to the Madrid Open and I was surprised because like Alcaraz and Sinners also weren't playing that. Whereas I'm like,
probably same thing.
Alcaraz, you're from Spain.
But he probably was like the Wimbledon. I need to like
the French Open. They were preparing for the French Open. So it's like there is a strategy, because I think that each tournament has a certain level of points, and like the Rogers Cup does have a lot of points. So sometimes
points
people,
like for the overall system.
Yeah. Like when you get ranked out of the
top, see it. Your ranking.
It's based on your points, and then like people will buy tickets to the Rogers Cup because it is like Canada, like it does have a lot of points. And so like sometimes Serena Williams will play it. But like honestly, like I remember hearing stories like, oh, Serena's actually coming because everyone's backed out, so she uses it as like a practice to like beat people like without having to try. like
she's like, oh, only the easy one.
She's like, oh, this will be like a rallying game for me. Whereas like I think that if they all were to go to the Rogers Cup, they'd be like, we're exhausting ourselves for like not enough points. But there's enough points and that people buy tickets and think, oh, maybe they will want this.
Yeah. I assume maybe also the prize money is probably not as much as those other big ones.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And maybe it's less.
Although it's like Rogers, you own all of our cell phone bills, like pay them more.
Yeah, but it's like America has more money.
Okay, that's the tea. That's funny because that's always kind of been the tea.
Oh, I didn't know, but I think people were excited to watch them.
Yeah, because
and they've just announced that they're all backing out of it.
Because my parents, especially my mom, really likes tennis, but we're always at this cottage that we're going to rent when it happens in Toronto. So I always have memories of like my mom reading about the tennis.
Oh, okay.
And it's always like not the famous people. I'm like, oh, who's that? And they're like, oh, 14. Like from Sweden who just won.
Good for them. Let other people have a chance.
But yeah, I'm excited. I was thinking if we were here, I would definitely have gone to that. Like seeing the Madrid Open and watching tennis was like this, because it's a sport that like I play a little bit. It's like, that's why people watch sports that they play, because it's like interesting. Yeah. Because you see yourself, you're like, whoa, that's incredible. I can see why that's incredible. Yeah.
I think tennis is actually a really enjoyable sport to watch.
Yeah,
because it's so fast paced back and forth.
Yeah. And it's fast.
It is a very like upper class prissy sport. You know
I know when they cut
That's
to the
sort of
audience, I'm like, okay, eat the rich. They
Yeah.
all look ridiculous.
Yeah.
And also,
There's so many rules around what you can wear and not wear and stuff.
but I like that you can see them. Again, that's my issue with hockey.
Yeah.
And like the emotion, like Alcaraz apparently is like emotional. Because like obviously they go like, and I like that. Okay. Stephen Colbert.
Oh.
I don't know. So this is like, there's tea.
Yeah. Was there something else I had brought up? No, it was the Toronto tea. Oh, it was Drag Race. We can talk about that after.
I want to know
the tea
about
with Stephen
that.
Colbert. You don't know?
I'm just like, okay, it's related to Trump. How?
Because Paramount. Well, I don't know for sure. This is the rumor. And
It's a rumor?
Well, because I think Trump has openly celebrated Stephen Colbert being canceled.
Because but doesn't every late night show make fun of Trump, or he's really?
I don't know, and I guess the rumor, and I don't know the full details of this, is like Paramount, who owns CBS, is trying to do some big merger, and I think they need the government's approval. You know, when like big companies, and so it's like in order to bend the knee, they're canceling their late night show, which is their number one show. Apparently, it does lose money, but it is their most popular show or something. But it's so they can like appease Trump and the Department of Justice or something so that they'll approve this merger, which is weird.
Wow.
That's like the tea that I have. Not tea, but that's just like what I see. I don't like follow it that deep.
It's so Succession.
Yeah.
Because like, isn't it Rupert Murdoch? And that's what Succession's about. The Murdoch family.
Yeah, I don't think this is Rupert Murdoch.
I think it is.
No, because
is Rupert Murdoch
like,
something else?
Like Fox is, I don't know,
Or
Wall
Washington.
Street Journal and stuff like that.
Okay. Either way.
Like,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Rupert Murdoch is the Wall Street Journal doing this stuff about Epstein.
yes,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
now
sorry,
is saying
sorry.
he'll sue the Wall Street
That's
Journal.
very okay. Rupert Murdoch's family is what Succession is about.
Yeah.
Succession would have killed for the plotline of the Epstein files with Trump, the president.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you watch Succession, you're like, this can't be real. And now
No,
it's
you're
like,
like, it's
whoa,
not real enough.
That's insane. They could have had a whole plotline with the president. Everyone would have been
Yeah.
like, this is absurd television. Ew, ew,
But-
ew.
Yeah, the world's on fire right now, especially America.
So I guess that
And-
it would be in like internalizing that as Canada. It's like this hour is 22 minutes gets canceled because they're making fun of like Pierre Polyev.
Yeah, I guess, but no one cares enough about that.
I mean, I would care about that.
I just mean like no one cares enough about this hour has 22 minutes to like.
No, I'm not trying to say the care thing. I'm trying to think of like the metaphor being like the
Yes.
show that is criticizing the government
Yeah.
is being taken off the air because the
that
government
network-
is now in charge of a merger. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is a bad sign.
But it's not a for sure set in stone reported on thing. This is like a word of mouth.
I don't know that. I don't know like to what degree I need to go like actually learn about that. But because Trump has openly celebrated like that, Stephen Colbert now is like saying openly like "fuck you, Donald Trump," and like Jon Stewart's like I haven't watched his episode yet, but he has that episode.
Okay, I'm
about
gonna
it.
tune
Like,
this in.
We should
Tune
probably
into
understand
this.
it because Donald Trump tweeted or whatever platform he uses like said like so great to see him off the air finally or something.
Oh,
I don't
good
know.
Lord. I hate how
There's-
the bad
it's like-
guys keep winning.
Okay, actually, don't really want to talk about that. So. What
Well,
else?
that everything bad is happening.
Well, I'm just like, I don't care about these people, and it's just sad, and it's dark, and it's like America is falling apart. So is a lot of the world, and it's just like, I don't know. What am I gonna do on this little side note podcast about that?
Okay.
just
Okay, should
makes
we
me
talk
sad.
about Bad Bunny?
Sure.
Because that is anti-America and fun. It literally is. When they were like, why aren't you going to America? And he said, because it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It looks incredible, and I will be going on September 7th. And you will be hearing about... Okay, so
By the way, by going, Greg means to Puerto Rico.
Okay, so he did
I can
his-
never say that accent.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
And I'm sitting in the last row because as a white gringo, I know my place. And okay, so the first month, like the current residency that's happening in Puerto Rico for Bad Bunny is just for Puerto Rican locals.
Okay. You have to live there.
I did not StubHub one of those tickets because that would have been very Logan and Jake Paul of me.
Yes.
But then he opened it to the general public in August through September to try and bring money
so
to the
you're
island,
allowed.
and I will be giving that island a lot of money. So one of my best friends and I went to our first Bad Bunny concert, I think like 7 years ago. We haven't missed one together, except for one actually we did miss. And
But I went with you on that one, right?
actually now I realize I missed two with him. Okay, wow. He really, yeah. I haven't missed a tour. He's missed two, but they were expensive. And at one point, me and Mitch had to fly to San Diego. Anyways,
We didn't have to. We were going to San Diego for a work thing.
Yeah, sure. That's
And
like
then
what
you
I
were
said.
No, we had
I feel
to
like I
be-
tricked you into going.
No, we weren't going to San Diego. We were going to like San Francisco or LA.
We're going to LA.
And then you were like, let's stop
Yeah.
at San Diego. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I think I literally tricked
It's far
you.
enough away that it's like, yeah, if you're going to be on that side of the world.
And there was really bad lines at the Toronto airport, and I thought I was going to
Cancel.
My elbow's off the hook today.
That's me in Puerto Rico as a gringo. I did cry in line at the airport and like beg. I had to go to Bad Bunny because I was going to miss my flight and was tearing up crying. Mitch was well ahead of me. Anyways,
Because I have an Nexus and I'm a smart person who got that before the pandemic, and Greg still refuses to get it and makes me wait for him all the time.
exactly. And sometimes I almost miss my flight.
Yes, but also just to confirm, we are not traveling to America anymore.
No, and I do not consider Puerto Rico America because it is an annexed state.
Yeah, that's the only exception.
It's not even an exception because it is not America.
You, I mean, it kind of is, but I don't understand.
In the words of
America,
Paramore, what? You just said you.
You are the only exception.
Oh,
You know
that's
that
me
song.
singing in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is an exception. Everyone there hates America. Me too. Anyways, sorry, American listeners. We love you. We're not going to America because we're Canadians and that's what we do for 4 years or however long Trump decides to stay in power. So it looks absolutely incredible. And we are going to take August off of this podcast. And so in September, when I come back, it'll be when I'm going to Bad Bunny and you're going to hear a lot about this.
Yeah.
And I'm actually scared for my health.
Yeah.
Heart attack. I'm with my best friend who's also obsessed with Bad Bunny that we won't have someone to calm us down. Like you would calm me down when we went. Like I am curious. Like I almost wish someone else was coming to like observe us. Like I actually think I won't be able to sleep. I'll be worried about my heart. I'm so excited. It looks amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos, but they're incredible. And the one where he like took that like older woman, like the abuela, and like brought her into the party was so cute. Yeah. Set list is amazing. You're going to hear about this endlessly. My goal is to understand every single word in Spanish by the time I go.
How's it going?
Not good because it's really complicated.
Yeah, and I like with my Spanish teacher, we've been going like through songs, and then we chose one that was Bad Bunny, and she was like,
He doesn't enunciate.
well, she was like, so much is slang.
Yeah.
Like there's so many. Remember we were doing it once, and there's all these apostrophes.
But that was the Rosalia Bad Bunny song.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
that. She was like, even Rosalia, like they're using so many phrases that she has to keep being like, this is actually just like a phrase. It's not like you don't take it literally. Like the words don't make sense into English. It's just like a way we say something. But
Yeah.
even she's like from Venezuela, my teacher. So she is like, I wouldn't say this.
I know. I know. I know.
You can still learn it. I'm just saying like, you have to just like learn like sometimes it's just a colloquial thing. And like Puerto Rico is known for having so many of their own slang versions of things.
Wow. Anyways, it's going to be amazing. And then he's going to go on a world tour and maybe we'll go see him somewhere else depending on if that changes. Okay. I think that's kind of an update.
Yeah. Okay, that was fun. A little pop culture breakdown.
We also watched too much on Netflix but didn't keep going. So I don't really want to
Yeah.
talk about
No,
that.
no. We don't
But I
have to
love
talk
Meg Stalter. She's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for
So
listening.
yeah, we're nearing our little summer break. Thank you so much for listening.
And yeah, you'll hear us sooner or later.
We have to learn how to end these podcasts. We're so bad at it. Okay. Also,
Bye.
peace.